Hi everyone, Peter Zahn here. It's May 18th and I'm coming to you from an exotic place you can't afford to go to. What we've been witnessing in the past several weeks is the breakdown of the entire world's economic vitality. With supply chain issues because of COVID, what we see in the near future is global-wide economic collapse. And the rise of AI as a major player in the design and application of TikTok videos, which will become the most dominant economic system we can use for trade and commerce. That being said, AI will be running your day-to-day lives by the end of June. Meanwhile, Putin drags the Russian people further into the Ukrainian quagmire. German industry leaders are panicked over the shortages on the eve of pretzel season. That being said, China will run out of water by the end of May, which is good in a sense because they have to import all their water from Malaysia, which is basically adjacent to other countries with similar supply chain issues. Most Americans can't find Malaysia on a map. Therefore, ipso facto, it does not exist. So China will most likely have to resort to its AI water engineering sector, which they simply do not have, and won't have for the next 30 years. So what does this mean for the West? Again, fog of war persists. A lot of people are wondering about Putin's health, especially in terms of longevity. One interesting thing about the man is that he is the literal biological equivalent of a Russian nesting doll. And what I mean by this is that at the center you have a vial of polonium. That vial is baked into a nice fakey kubalak, which is then draped in a mystery which is wrapped in an enigma, which is contained by an ancient Russian puzzle box, much like the one in the Hellraiser franchise. Over all that is synthetic covering made to replicate human flesh, which I personally think looks terrible but seems to be fooling the right people. So hey, more power to the guy who already has more power than he was comfortable with, if you know what I mean. Now all this common knowledge is common knowledge to the security community, and has been for several years. It's nothing new. However, it has recently been revealed that inside that vial of polonium there's another vial that contains a brain floating in vodka solution. All this is very new. So you ask, what does this mean for us? Well, the bad news is, because that's being preserved in alcohol, it's going to last for a very long time. Good news is that the brain doesn't work very well, it's effectively in a total state of blackout, which means that the US is going to find it very easy to manipulate. You should have no trouble getting him to take his clothes off and run up the streets, or make out with questionable women, any number of things to embarrass him and the Russian people. This is all very exciting and good for us.